Morning, family. I want to do this morning. You know, I have a couple of things to talk about this morning. Remember that I did promise you, say I going to come with the Spear the Rod story, and it is part 2 to the one no dead no call it duppy. Yes, I did promise you that. So that is what I'm going to talk to you about this morning. You know, and I just want to make sure that I clear the air. I am not telling you how to raise your child, but I would hope that what I am saying is a little encouragement, and it will spur some thought into what we are talking about here, the children. So there are a whole lot of Bible texts talking about sparing the rod. And if you have your Bible close by, and I know this might be a very controversial topic because there are so many of you who don't believe in the Bible, but I am one of those people who believe in the Bible, all right? But we're going to talk about sparing the rod. So in Proverbs 23, verse 13 and 14, it says that withhold not correction from the child. For if thou beatest him with the rod, and I am putting the rod in quotation this time, he shall not die. Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shalt deliver his soul from hell. A Proverbs is or the Bible is, you know. All right. And you have one other chapter now, Proverbs 22, verse 15, where say, foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it away from him. We can come with whole heap more to, you know, some more did we talk about the rod business. But as me say, it can be a little heated conversation, and I don't want you to get it wrong because I am not being double standard here. I'm going to explain myself. So I did the Bible thing just to provide some context because I am getting some feedback from some people that sometimes the talk don't work. Sometimes you have to put a little reinforcement, I want to call it that, some reinforcement so that they will respond the way you want them to respond. But remember, say I did tell you, say, the parenting from 1960. No work with nowadays Pitney. So here what happened now. I went into the dictionary, you see, and I looked for the word rod. And what whole heap of meaning did I for the word rod? So it mean stick, one, wood, metal, all kind of something. But the one that I want to use today is the one that talk about a measuring stick, measurement. That we want to talk about, you know, measurement. We speak of the rod anytime at all we're talking about rod in this conversation. Just remember, say, is measurement me talking about, you know, we're not talking about no beating stick. All right. So I want the measurement part to be forefront when you hear about that rod. You know, when I was growing up, I get a whole heap of beating, you know. It never killed me. And some of it was because I was one of those Pitney were very persistent and determined. So me cause a whole heap of frustration, and when for my parents can't manage the frustration, then put it on, you know, sir. But make we talk about what we come here to talk about, you know. So what I found is that children react differently to different things. So for some, the beating cause a whole heap of hatred toward the parent or parents. And for some, it keep them quiet. Now you have to know your child and know say some things what you do, it going to cause some problems. So generally, I really don't believe that beating a child is the greatest option. I know a couple of parents who have never hit their child and they turn out great. And I also know a few who put it on them every day, or every chance they get. And guess what? They pick the bad same way. So I wanted to ask yourself a couple of questions here. Do you know your child well enough? Have you been a great example to that child? I ask yourself, have I taught them the behaviors that I want them to display? You know, or have you explored all the options before you go draw for the fire stick if you put it on them? Because you know something, I know that some of the old time parents, if a black pen catch, the picnic get it, and if a the fire stick, them a get it too. And if I even the bill, you know the bill where they use on chop cane, if I even that, them a get one piece of broadside with it too. So here what happened now. I know some of you have been saying that, saying to yourself, I wish you talk about. But here what happened now, news flash. I lived a whole heap, and I will tell you my age go. I lived through a whole lot of experiences, and I really don't think it really qualifies me if it talk, but I can share it and hopefully it will bless somebody. So I spoke about the measuring stick. I wanted to do some introspection, and when I talk about measurement, I wanted to measure you. I wanted to measure your impact on the child, and I want you remember the questions that we talked about a while ago? That's what we're talking about now, and I wanted to evaluate all the possible reasons why the child is behaving the way that they are behaving. So you ever hear them say one room picnic prime? And I'm going to let you into a little secret. You see the one room picnic, them see all kind of something will take place in the one room. I mean, I go into too much of that today. But I'm just giving you a little example on what could possibly influence a child's behavior. The other thing is the single parent situation. You know, so me love the single parent. Me love uno to death. Because guess what happened? Uno do no best in the circumstances that you are given. And but what I want to say about the single parenting is that one parent really can make a child whole. You know, mommy, you cannot teach your girl picnic, your boy picnic how to be a man. You know, you can do your best and you can teach them some really great values, and they will run with that and make the best of it. But you cannot teach your boy picnic to be a man, no matter how hard you try. And then the struggles that come with single parenting can weigh on the child very heavily. And then, you know, they start, sometimes they think about this so much, because remember me to tell you already, you know, so the brains not quite as developed as us adults. So they tend to view things differently. And sometimes they internalize these things, and next thing you know, they start acting out. Because, you know, they miss the father, and maybe the father go take up with one next family, and they might look over there so and see say that the family they appear to be getting all the nice stuff and the attention and all these things, and them they own a corner and not get as much. So all these things can cause the child to act up. But I don't want you to go easy on measuring your impact. That's what we're talking about. So the rod business now, we're talking about measurement. You know, the the children just need a little understanding. You know, I remember I told you before that you ought to get to know your child and seek to understand before you start behave boisterous with them. And sometimes you are not the one to fix, and I'm using fix very loosely now. You are not the one to fix the child, but there are so many resources out there, and I am asking that you exhaust all those resources before you decide that you're going to call it quits on the children, because it don't work like that. You know, the time running up, you know, because as I say, I have a couple of errands to run. But what I want to finish off with, and you know, me start with the Bible, me I go finish with the Bible. You know, the Bible tell you in Proverbs again that you're to train up the child in the way that they should go, and when they're old, they will not depart from it. Me know about that, you know. Me get a whole heap of chastisement, but I thought that it was, although it was excessive, you know, I did learn some lessons from it. Try to understand your child and see how best you can help them. And you know what? I have all the confidence in you. I know that you're listening, and you're listening good. And I know that you are going to take action. Yeah? I am giving you permission to do that. So just go ahead and make it happen. All right? So we talk again tomorrow.